everyone, and welcome to Uncle Phil's podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Phil, and tonight we have with us
John.
John, you got to talk a little closer, I think. And who else?
I think I'm good like this.
I'm not talking on the podcast.
I
I'm
know,
just
but
here
you-
for the game.
Okay. And it's Angelica. We got her involved somehow. This is great. Anyway, I know you guys been listening, and we've been doing a lot of
Who's you guys?
American
Who are
Idol
these listeners?
We have listeners.
How many?
We have listeners.
He said you guys been listening.
So now we're going to do
in
something a
my
little
face.
different. We're going back to sports because I got John on and he doesn't like to do reality TV. Sometimes he goes on Real Talk and does Big Brother. Sometimes, but that's the way we are right now. We'll be coming back, by the way, in Real Talk.
Oh, he's
really strong.
He's plugging Real Talk on his podcast.
That's all right. I like sister podcast. We're good.
Sister podcast. He's plugging Real Talk.
We're
I
good.
don't watch American Idol. Sorry to all your American Idol listeners.
That's all right. We have a nice little group there with Victoria and Joey.
Oh yeah,
Joey's
definitely.
a very good producer. He picks up the sound and plays it. And
He doesn't even watch the show.
no, he doesn't watch the show. But
somebody
he's
on his
able
American
to,
Idol podcast that
you know
doesn't even
what,
watch
John?
it.
What it is I can't sit there. I can't do everything, right?
Yeah, no,
so
I know.
Joey takes a lot of stress off me. He plays the music when we ask him to, so it works out. We dropped the hand again.
Yep.
Works out good. So, John, I guess today we're going to talk about a whole bunch of different sports. But what would you like to start with? I want to give you a chance to give us like a 30-second spiel.
A spiel. I think we should start with the Mets and Yankees. Why not? You're a Met fan. I'm a Yankee fan, and they have the same exact record as of today. And
Okay.
they have taken some interesting routes to those records, some ups and downs. So let's start with that.
So what do you are you liking the way the Yankee season's going?
Actually, no. Wait, I thought I was starting. Now you're going.
I'm
Hold
asking
on.
a question. That's all.
My first thought, and I told you this the other day, Senga stinks. He's got good stuff. He stinks.
Okay.
He can't find the strike zone. He walks a million guys. His whip is like a 1.6, which is terrible. But he's got good stuff, which is not
So maybe
not out of
used
the
to
ordinary.
ball, right? It's a different ball, different size ball. Everything's different in America than it is in Japan.
But a lot of the Japanese pitchers that come over here have the same exact problems, and he looks like that he's following in the same suit as most of them, where he throws a lot of pitches, he doesn't hit the strike zone a lot, and he walks a lot of guys.
Mm-hmm.
So far, I think he stinks.
Okay. I mean, the time will tell, right? I mean,
But what do you think? You can't just say time will tell them. There's no debate. There's no
I
back
haven't
and
really
forth.
watched him. I've been watching.
I've
I've been watching hockey and
That
basketball.
makes sense. He's the worst Met. He's the
So
fakest Met fan
I haven't
ever.
watched a lot of his games. I've watched other games, right? I mean, you could say David Peterson stinks because his ERA is about 5.
But we knew that already.
But again, he's had some really good games. He has great stuff. We'll see if he comes around.
no, David Peterson, we already know is not good.
You know-
Tyler McGill, we already know is not good. Senga was he didn't. You guys didn't pay him a lot. You paid him to be a number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, he's your number 1/2 with Scherzer suspended and Verlander out. But he's your number 3. And he's had some cupcake matchups. He pitched against the Marlins twice. He pitched against the A's, and he pitched against the Nationals. He's pitched against the 4 worst teams in baseball, and he's got like a 5 ERA and like a 1.6 WHIP.
He's 3-1.
Okay, that's fine. We all know that wins.
So I got it
it's
right here. Hold on.
Wins is an arbitrary stat. Nobody cares. Wins are not like it was back in your old timer. Nobody cares about
He
wins
struck
anymore.
out 7 in 5 innings.
Yeah, he's got good stuff. I
He has-
mentioned that.
His ERA is 4.15, which is not terrible.
It's not good.
It's not good, but it's not terrible.
What's his whip?
Doesn't have the whip on here.
Well, then you should probably throw that away because the whip is more important than everything else you just named.
If men are on base and he gets out of jams, that's all that
Well, he's not
matters,
getting out of
right?
jams because his ERA is over 4.
And he's 3-1, so it's not terrible.
Yeah, because they played the worst teams in baseball and the Mets scored 17
And
runs.
maybe when he starts playing the better teams, they take more swings, aggressive swings, and that ghost forkball that drops out of the strike zone, they don't take it. Who knows?
So that means more walks.
Oh, no. If they don't take the ball and they swing, they miss it.
Oh, they don't take the ball.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think he got some cupcake matchups to start the year, and he's not really performing like he should.
I say it takes a year to get at least a feel for him.
A year?
Yeah, it takes a year.
Wait, you signed the guy and you just already writing him off for a year? So
no.
1 year, it's like, all right, you could suck, it's fine. We're okay with that. We'll reevaluate
as
at the end
a
of the
Met
year.
fan, I'm not a Yankee fan. I don't get rid of people after 5 starts.
Well, you're not going to get rid of him.
Okay, so then there's nothing to talk about there. He's going to be okay. In my opinion, he'll turn it around. He'll get used to
wait.
pitching with the.
You said in your opinion. You haven't watched him pitch yet.
I watched parts of it. So, I watched parts of the
He's
game.
the fakest Met fan ever. He doesn't even. It's like their new prize signing. He doesn't even watch them.
He was on yesterday. I had it on for a little bit. I saw him throwing a lot of balls. It was aggravating me.
Yeah.
So
he's done that every single start so far.
Putting on the Knicks game.
Oh, so he turned it off for a team he's not a fan of. Interesting.
Hold on. I am a Knicks fan.
I thought you were a Nets fan.
No, I like both teams equally.
Oh, it's one of those
but
again.
And these are all in my Instagram lives, when the Nets were making all these trades to get these superstars, I like the way the Knicks were doing it better. And I said that.
All right, we'll get into
and that's fine.
We'll get into basketball
I'll
after.
get there later. I'm okay with the Mets. Yeah, they played some of the worst teams. Absolutely. You only play what's in front of you.
Yeah,
they have beaten the better teams too. They beat the Dodgers. They went to the West Coast.
Well, Dodgers are struggling big time.
I know, but they went to the West Coast and had the best record. They were one short of the best record in the history going to the West Coast.
And then they came home and they lost, 3 in a row?
No, 2 in a row to the Washington.
Lost to the Nationals, the worst team in
baseball. And they're
baseball.
playing today, and maybe they win today.
Maybe they win, or maybe they get swept.
Maybe.
By the worst team in baseball.
Maybe, but, it does happen. You do lose the bad teams.
But my point on saying is, I think that knowing the New York media and knowing what we have, he is out of the spotlight because they beat up on those bad teams, which, really took it away from him about how bad he's performing. But now if they start losing, he's going to start getting ridiculed. He's going to start getting crucified.
Well, you do know.
Will he be able to handle that?
You do know that we're going to get Verlander back.
Verlander doesn't pitch for Senga, though.
I understand, but we're getting Verlander back, so it takes a lot of the pressure off. You're going to have Scherzer back very soon. You're going to have Verlander. He's no longer in the ones and twos. Now he's where he belongs.
No, but that doesn't make a difference when you pitch. It's not the playoffs. He's not starting. He's not the ace of your playoff staff. He's just pitching on regular rest. It doesn't matter if you're a 1 or 2 or not this early in the season.
Okay.
So Verlander coming back, I don't think has any effect on Senga.
Okay.
Okay.
Alonso, 10 home runs, quickest.
Yeah.
Right. Very good. How much?
Quickest what?
Quickest.
He doesn't lead
in the National League, in American League this year. He's the fastest to get.
He's
to
not
10.
in the American League. He's in the National League.
He's the first one to get to 10.
Oh, so what do you get? A sticker, a star sticker? Like you're the first one to get to 10.
Listen, after last year with Judge, you're going to tell me he can rival Judge right
62
now.
home runs last year.
Right, he can rival Judge right now if he continues on this pace.
Okay, yeah, but he doesn't even lead his own
here's my
league
complaint,
in home runs.
Max
Muncy has more home runs than him.
He was the first to 10, so Max must have just passed.
Who cares who's the first to 10?
So what I'm getting at though is price.
Yes.
Right? He's going to be cost the Mets a lot of money.
Yes, he is.
And I think the Mets are going to be hurting because I know, like my friends Paul, they don't care about the Mets payroll. All right, I'm not like that. I care about structure. I care about how much you're paying people, and I think they're going to get walloped. I think
When is he a free agent?
I think this is his coming year.
No, I don't think so.
I think they can renew him next year, but I think they have to sign him this year.
No, I don't think so.
I think
He's a free agent at the end of this year?
I think he is eligible.
Angelica, look that up. When is Pete Alonso a free agent?
What I'm saying to you is they can renew him next year, but so he's not a free agent.
Unrestricted?
Right, but he has to sign a contract.
The slugging first baseman who becomes a free agent in the 2024 to 2025 offseason.
Yeah, he has one more year. So this
this
year
year and next
you
year.
got to sign him this year.
They can sign him next year, too.
I get it, but if you allow him to go
Into
to
the
free
contract,
agency,
yeah, he could decide to
the
do
Mets
what Aaron
fans
Judge
got
did.
these the visions of grandeur. They're going to sign Otani, right? I mean, for $500 million. I mean, you give him that. What are you going to give Alonso?
No, Alonso's not a part of the team then.
This is my point.
Yeah, but you'd rather Otani than Alonso.
He does more, but there's more of a chance of him getting hurt then.
I gotta say, I don't give a lot of credit to the Mets. He has impressed me. I didn't think he was gonna be as good as he's been, and he has his ups and downs. And I think it'll level out for him. But he has impressed me that he's kept up a good pace, and he's not just he is more of a slugger, but he's shown a little bit more than that. But man, he is the hardest person in the MLB to root for. He is just so brutal to just listen, speak, and watch, react, and he's just one of the corniest individuals I've ever seen in my life. He's a hard person to root for, and I'm so happy he's not on the Yankees and he's
until you get him.
I don't want him.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I don't want
you rather him Rizzo than him.
I mean, that's not a competitive. It's too different. He's a young guy coming into the prime of his career. Rizzo's at the end of his career.
Well, you guys
and right now, I'd rather Rizzo.
You guys are kind of not really those people anymore that go and get free agents. You do, but you're not really like that.
Yeah.
I mean, how's that working out for you, by the way? You make fun of Senga. How's that working out, Rodon?
Yeah, he's hurt. He's not pitching.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I actually rather him not pitch than stink it up like Senga's doing.
Senga's 3-1. That's all you can go by.
But it doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. Stop being so old.
The idea
Get with the times.
of starting pitching is to give you a chance to win. You don't have to win the game. You have to give your team a chance to win.
For example,
and they are.
Domingo Germán pitched yesterday, right?
Yeah.
He won, right?
His ERA is about 5.
He gave up 6 runs. Am I sitting here like, well, Domingo Germán gave us a chance? No. We put up 12 runs, and he stunk. But it doesn't look like he stunk because we won the game and we put up 12 runs. Same thing with Senga. I'm not sitting here giving you Domingo Germán's win-loss record because he stunk even though he got the win.
Okay.
You can't give up 6 runs, get the win, and be like, oh, wow, he's winning. No, the offense put up 12 runs, and that's why he got the win. So, same situation. Domingo Germán probably has close to the same ERA as Senga. Is Domingo Germán good? No, he stinks.
No, Germán is higher. It's over 5. Yeah. And this guy's a tad over 4. And it's gotten worse the last 2 starts for Senga. He was much better early on. Listen, I criticized the Mets all season. We put a lot of money into old pitchers, right? We already lost Carrasco. He's out, right? Verlander hasn't pitched yet. And Scherzer missed time and now is suspended for getting caught cheating. Now, Met fans will criticize me because they're like, oh, he didn't cheat. He did sweat and rosin. That's allowed. Fact is, he used, he went, and this is funny though, he went in front of the MLB official
and
washed his hand with alcohol, which makes your hand stickier.
Yeah. I don't think he was deliberately trying to cheat, but I think he was being a jackass. He's got a big mouth, which I do like about him because he's fiery. But in this situation, he was being very aggressive. He was being a jackass, and it backfired on him, and I think he deserved it. So that's, what happened with him. And a 10-game suspension for a pitcher is nothing.
It's 2 starts.
Missed 1 to 2 starts.
But every game, and people, again, I'm going to bring up Paul. I wish he was on here. He couldn't make it. But if he was here, I would be ripping him. So the thing is, Paul was saying now DeGrom doesn't pitch more than 5 innings when he pitches. That's all Scherzer's doing this year. It's 5 innings.
Yeah, he hasn't been great.
So to me, I think it's funny that they're, you don't say nothing about Scherzer being a 5-inning bitch, but DeGrom is. Now, DeGrom has missed the start because of his hand. He didn't start because of something else earlier.
No, he just missed 1 start. That's it. He only missed 1 start.
And the spring training, he didn't pitch, right?
Who cares about that?
The bottom line is, you look at his numbers.
They're amazing.
They're much better than...
His ERA is high, but he's striking out guys.
For him.
Well, yeah, because he got bombed 1 start. But my problem with what the Mets did, and it was almost similar to what the Yankees did this offseason, is they didn't do anything. They signed people, but just to replace people. The Mets made no upgrades. They made no upgrades. You could say, oh, we got Verlander. Rather have DeGrom. Yeah, Verlander
Me
might
too.
My point is the Mets made no upgrades. They have the exact same lineup. They have the exact same rotation. New guys, but that replaced old guys that were about the same skill level. Senga replaces Bassett, who had a good year for you guys. Quintana replaces Walker. It's all the same. Verlander replaces DeGrom.
Another guy got hurt, Quintana.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It's all the same for you guys. And then your lineup. I mean, you missed out on. You didn't get Correa. You left that deal.
He's hitting 212. I don't
point
think
is,
he's
you didn't
the
make
guy.
any upgrades.
I didn't think that's an upgrade for me.
No, that is insane.
Wait, Brett Batty's gonna be up, and we'll see at the end of the year.
He is up.
No,
see,
I'm saying
you're a fake fan. You don't even know.
I know he's up. I know he's up. What I'm saying to you is, at the end of the year, we'll see how he did. Compare him to Correa.
Agreed, but it doesn't matter. It's still an upgrade to the team. You can look at it after the fact as a different story.
I said this before. I didn't want him. I wanted to bring up Batty. What's the use of having the young kids if you don't bring them up?
But I agree, because the Yankees are in the same situation. But you need to make upgrades to your team. The Mets didn't do that. The Yankees, outside of Rodon, didn't do that, and he's not pitching. That was a major upgrade to our rotation. So they upgraded the rotation, but he's not pitching, so it's not coming to fruition yet. But the lineup, they didn't upgrade the lineup. Mm-hmm. The Yankees didn't, and they're having the same offensive struggles that they had last year. They did not upgrade the lineup. It's the same lineup plus the young kids, which, that can be an upgrade, which I think Volpe is having an amazing start to the season.
What's his batting average?
Probably low 2s, but who cares?
Okay, I have him in my fantasy league. and he's
batting 300 over his last 14 games.
and he's got stolen bases, which has helped me.
Yeah, but he's batting 300 over his last 14 games. He has a lot of stolen bases. He walks a shit ton. His on base percentage is over like 350.
Are they going to move him to second base?
No, he's the shortstop. Why would they move him to second base?
I heard a rumor that they're going to move him to second base and bring up the other kid for short.
No, the other kid's been up, and the other kid's been playing second and third.
Okay.
Shortstop is Volpe. You're talking about Peraza.
Yeah.
Peraza's been up since Donaldson got hurt, and he's been rotating between third and second with Torres and LeMahieu and DH. So Peraza's been taking the other positions.
Okay.
They are letting Volpe take hold of the shortstop position.
All
What
right.
you got to do, you can't just start moving guys around because then they struggle at the plate. Obviously, Volpe didn't play much in AAA. They brought him up. And high expectations, being in New York, being a Yankee, being their best prospect in a very long time. And obviously took some time it's going to take some time for him to get adjusted. And he is. He went 3 for 4 the other day. He went 2 for 4 the other day. He's hitting 300 over his last 14 games. He's getting on base. And that's all you can ask from him. He's batting leadoff. He's his 14th game or 30th game in the major leagues. And he's batting leadoff for the Yankees. So
Sounds good.
Yeah. And he's doing well.
Somebody wanted to trade for me, and they were offering me decent trades, but I just didn't want to give him up because I want to be able to have him on my team. He helps me out in stolen bases, and hopefully his batting average pops up.
Yeah, I think it will. Like
I don't see a lot of power.
He's not supposed to be a power guy. He's got 2 home runs. Mm-hmm. He's not here to be a power guy. That's never was his thing. But that we don't need that. We have plenty of power on the team.
Yeah.
That's the last thing we need on the Yankees is more power.
So the problem the Mets are having right now is Starling Marte's not hitting, and McNeil's only hitting like 290. Now you say, oh, only 290. He doesn't hit for the power to hit only 290. He's got to hit 320, 315. And
or else he loses his value as a player.
He loses his value as a player, right?
Yeah.
I also don't think Lindor's having a very good year. And
I hate Lindor. I used to love him too.
I didn't like the trade. And listen, the Mets got screwed because of the World Baseball Classic, okay? I didn't like it. I didn't like the idea of our guys playing there. They're too competitive during spring training. They didn't get a chance to ease themselves into shape, into playing mental mode.
What are you talking about?
The players that played in the Baseball Classic.
You're talking about Diaz?
Well, Diaz got hurt. Now, you could say he got hurt. It's a fluke play. He got hurt.
But Alonso played in the World Baseball Classic, and he's off to a good start.
He didn't really play.
Yeah, he's right. He was a bench guy.
He was a bench guy.
He was a bench guy
Right?
out in the pond.
Neither did McNeil. So they didn't get their swings. And that could be part of why McNeil's not hitting, although Alonso is. Yeah. So I just don't like the idea of playing it when they play it. I'd rather they play it at the end of the year, maybe into December, because you don't play in the cold areas. You play in the warm weather places. I don't like the idea. I'm sorry. That's just me. You get them out there throwing stressful innings that early is a lot.
Yeah, I mean, what does it happen once every 4 years? I don't know. I think it's irrelevant to me. I don't care when they do it. Obviously, if one of my players got hurt, I'd be upset, but I'd be upset if they got hurt, even if it was after the season. Any situation, I'd be upset because if someone got Diaz's injury, if the World Baseball Classic was after the season, they'd probably miss most of the next season anyway. So, does it really make that much of a difference? When it is, no. If someone gets hurt,
you have time to make changes. Then when they got hurt, you can't really bring anybody in. It's too late.
It's not too late. They can always make a trade.
I get that, but it's a little late in the game now. Nobody wants to make a trade yet. They're going to see how their season goes. I mean, Pittsburgh, what, are they in first place still?
No, I mean, but
so why would they have traded anybody?
Yes, but it happened before the season, and spring training trades happen all the time. We got Donaldson and who the hell do we get else in that trade?
The IK.
Oh, IKF. We got Donaldson and IKF towards the end of spring training, the middle of spring training. Not that that's a good trade by any means. It sucks. But my point is, we got players in spring training to fill spots
because the Twins wanted to make room for Correa, so they had to make that trade.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Right?
But it doesn't matter. There's always trades available. You can always make a trade.
It
may not be a high level trade.
I didn't think it was
for
you lose your closer. You need to get somebody back like that. Now, so far they've been okay, but what I see in baseball is as the season goes along, your bullpen starts wearing down because they use them too fast. They go out, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Bullpen
What
management's
baseball
a big
does right
part.
now, 6 innings from the starters and then bring in the bullpen, I think it's dumb. I know that's the way it is,
Yeah.
and I say that to my friends all the time. You got to move with the program. That's what it is. But they are right. It's ruining the game. I'm reading Tom Seaver's book.
I don't think ruining the game is the right
I'm reading
thing.
Tom Seaver's book. He pitched into the 10th, 11th inning with no problem.
It doesn't matter though,
Right?
But that's
Now
things
you go-
change.
Right, because people think these metrics are the right way to think, and they can help, but you can't rely on them solely.
I mean, that's a whole nother argument, but that's
Well,
that's
that's
why
my
baseball
point.
is at. That's why
But
baseball's
that
at.
means you're overusing the bullpen in April,
But
in
now
May, in
bullpen
June.
management becomes a skill that the managers need to have. Good
Yeah.
managers have good bullpen management, and you got to be able to
And we
manage
lost
that
our
throughout
best
the year.
bullpen piece.
Yeah, you did.
So I don't like it. Do you like the new rules?
I like it for like the regular season, like the pitch clock. I think it moves the games along. I would watch it if it was 4 hours, 5. Like the time doesn't really matter to me, but it is nice that it does move the game along because 162 games is a long season, and I can see it does get dragged out. The dog days of the summer, it can. I'm a diehard baseball fan, so it doesn't matter to me. But I could see for the regular viewer, like not being interesting. So I think it brings a different aspect to the game. But for the playoffs, it's not something I would want. No, I don't think you need to rush a playoff game. I think playoffs are very meaningful, very stressful, very intense. And if it takes long, it takes long. That's just the way it is. But for regular season, I have no problem. There's 162 games.
Yeah, I don't like any of the rules at all. I don't
What
like.
other rule besides the pitch clock?
I don't like you only throw over twice.
Yeah.
I think that's ridiculous. I don't like the big bases. I think are stupid. I don't really see the only one that makes sense is second base. I could see that, but first and third do not make sense to me.
I honestly haven't noticed the difference in that. So like that's something that like obviously I'm sure there's numbers and stats to show the difference between, but as like just a viewer watching, I don't see the difference in the bases.
Some people were saying early on that with the bigger first base there'll be more infield hits, but in the same token, your first baseman's a little bit closer to getting the ball thrown to him because he's on the edge of the base, right? So I don't think that really is going to translate. I just don't think it makes sense in first and third. I just don't get it. But
Yeah,
I'm
and they
not
got
a
rid of the
fan.
shift.
The shift, but now against the Yankees, didn't the Twins bring an outfielder into play?
I think it was the Blue Jays.
the Blue Jays, but
I
how
don't
is that
understand.
allowed?
I didn't understand that.
So
There
to
may
me,
have been a loophole in it. I don't know.
and it backfired anyway because he had a fly ball, right?
No, he had a ground ball through the infield, even though they had 5
No
infielders.
shit.
Yeah, walk off. DJ LeMahieu
Wow.
hit a ground ball through short and third.
Okay, so
I don't know. That may be a loophole where you can bring maybe an outfit. I have no idea.
to me, the shift is something you can beat the shift by going the other way. But these players are so selfish; they don't want to do what's best for the team. They just want to try and hit home runs.
I don't think that's completely accurate at all. The
Why not go the other way?
organizations want them to do that selfishness that you call. I don't think it's the players saying, I'm not going the other way. It's them and the organization. The numbers, according to these nerds and data and all these analytical people, the numbers make sense for them to ground out into the shift because every percentage of a time they're going to hit a home run. Going the other way, they're not going to hit home runs. So
You extend the inning. You go the other way. If
but
you're
the data,
effective going the other way,
the data shows to them that it is worth the strikeout. Same thing. It's worth striking out. It's worth grounding into the shift and getting out for that home run that you pop. So it's not the players saying like I'm not going the other way, and the teams are telling them to. No, the teams are telling them continue to try to pull the ball. You're gonna hit home runs score runs, and it's worth it in their eyes. And that's
so baseball has gone to the nerds. Really, that's
yeah,
what you're
but
telling me.
we've known that now.
I mean, Earl Weaver, before your time, he used to live with the 3-run home run and pitching. That's, pitching, defense, and the 3-run homer. That was his motto, which is sort of similar,
Yeah.
right? So he didn't do a lot of stealing. There was occasionally they would
I like
steal.
that. I don't like the rule of the throwing over, but I do like that stealing is now an aspect of the game.
Absolutely.
I do like it because you just devalued so many players that if you're not a power hitter, it's like everyone was hitting 30 home runs.
I get it.
30 home runs wasn't valuable anymore.
I agree with you on that. I don't like that you only throw over twice. And again, let's get in the
I agree.
playoffs. You wanna be able to take.
But
your
are
time.
these rules in the playoffs?
Yeah.
I don't know if they are.
I think
I
they
saw
are.
something that they're not.
Oh, that'd be
Maybe
interesting.
maybe the throwing over is, but I saw that the pitch clock isn't a rule in the playoff, but I don't know if that's confirmed.
Yeah, I mean that's something we can look up.
And I saw Manfred said that he wanted the same rules throughout, but it wasn't. But I don't know for sure. Look that up, Angelica. Is the pitch clock?
I already did. Is the pitch clock a rule in the playoff?
Yeah.
It doesn't give a clear answer.
I don't think it is. And that's the way it should be. It shouldn't. I get it, but it is tough because it should be the same rules throughout. Because if you're a pitcher and you've gotten into a rhythm of using the pitch clock and being ready at a certain pace, and you've developed that, because it's a lot of it is superstition, it's a lot of repetition, it's a lot of routine, it's a lot of all that stuff for pitchers and players. Once you then change that up, it's like, all right, now I got to rethink things, and then people overthink, and that can negatively affect your team. So it's like a double-edged sword. Like, I don't want the pitch clock in the playoffs, but if they did that for 162 games and 4, 5,
So let's say they took it away, the pitcher could still pitch to that speed.
They could.
Right? So it doesn't mean...
Well, no, the batter could take longer to get in the box.
Everything I'm reading is the postseason, there's no pitch clock.
Yeah, I think that's the case.
Interesting.
It is interesting, but it's a different style of play. So that's why, like Garrett Cole, they're saying Garrett Cole's having an unbelievable start to the season. They're saying that the pitch clock, he's one of the major beneficiaries of the pitch clock. He's someone who gets a little mental and starts overthinking things, and now you don't have the time to do that. So it's just pitching. Like, you got to just get out there and pitch, and that's what he's been doing, and he's having a lot of success. Whether that's the truth or not, I don't know, but that's what they've been saying.
So what I've also read is the older pitchers are struggling with it because of their conditioning, and they don't get a chance to rest.
No, they said the fatter pitchers.
Yeah, well,
The fatter pitchers are struggling.
and the older ones too.
Yeah.
The older ones are running out of steam. Hence, Scherzer's only pitching 6 innings. Could be part of it.
Think about it. You got to throw a 99-mile-an-hour fastball every 15 seconds.
Right. So, I think it's hurt the Mets. I think we lost Carrasco because of that.
You got the retirement home over there in Queens.
I get it.
You got
Listen,
every
I didn't
old
make the
guy
team.
known to man.
I didn't make the team up. I criticized them.
I think Verlander's going to be lights out.
Well, we'll find out, right?
I think he's diminished a little bit, and I don't think he's ever going to. Listen, he's still going to have his starts where he dominates. I'm not saying that. But I think over the long haul, I don't think he's the same guy. I think it's clear over the last 2 years that he's diminished, especially at the end of the season. But I think Verlander is going to be lights out.
All right, so just to stick on the baseball a little bit longer, what are your predictions for where the Yankees are going to finish this year? Because right now they're in 4th.
Well, the Rays are off to a ridiculous start. What are they, 19-3?
20-5.
20-5. Ridiculous start. Do I think that's going to slow down? Obviously. I think they're going to win the division, or they're going to be in second in the division.
So Baltimore is 16-8, and Toronto is 16-9. Toronto, now that the difference is the guy Berrios is pitching much better.
I don't think that pitching is good enough to
Well, they got
continue
that Japanese guy to pitch yesterday. He's really good.
Yeah, I don't.
That's
their
going to
weakness.
fall down?
Yeah, I don't think their pitching is strong enough. They got Gausman and Manoah, but Manoah's off to a bad start. I just don't think it's good enough.
But Berrios was the number one in the Twins. He hasn't pitched well for Blue Jays. I just picked him up in fantasy because he's pitching much better. He had one bad start.
He's pitching better, but
one bad start.
I just don't think that's going to last for them. So I think they're going to tail off. They're still going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be one of the top contending teams. But I think for the division, I think it's going to be the Rays or the Yankees.
So, all right. All right. We'll see what happens with that. That's a long way down the road. I don't think the Rays will continue either.
No.
But, there was a team in 84. There was a team in 84. But it's funny. It was two Demodios, Chucky and Joey.
Just calling you?
Yeah. Two Demodios. Back in 1984, the Detroit Tigers started out 35-10, I think, which originally they were going to rival that, but I think they slowed down already.
Yeah.
But they didn't play anybody good.
No, they didn't play anybody good. I saw a stat the other day that about the teams that they played were all similar to what the Mets started the season has been. Playing all the crappy teams and beating up on them, but they're beating up on them, which you're supposed to do. But I think they played one good team, and I think they got swept, or I think they lost 2 out of 3 for the first good team that they played.
So now in the Central, you got the Twins are leading the way, then Cleveland. The White Sox was supposedly a good team.
No, the White
Not
Sox,
happening.
No, they weren't good last year either.
Yeah, but they said they made some changes over the winter.
They made no changes.
Their pitching was supposed to be better.
No, they did not do one single thing this offseason.
I read that they were predicted to come in first.
I don't know what you're reading.
So-
Because I think they were the only team that didn't make a move this offseason. I read something like that. They were the one team.
Well, we'll see. They might be a seller in the future,
they're not.
right?
They're not good.
But I think Minnesota, great team.
It's going to be Minnesota or Cleveland.
Right? Yeah. In the West, interesting. Texas is up there,
I think Texas is a good team this year.
and they lost Seager for a while. Right, he's been out.
I think they're a good team. I think they're legit for the first time in a while.
Houston and the Angels
We play Texas this week.
and Seattle. Wow, they got 4 teams there that actually could be really good.
Oh, the Angels are going to stink.
How do you say that with Trout and Ohtani?
Because they stunk every single year with Trout and Ohtani for the
No, but they lost Rendon. Rendon is playing.
stinks.
He's not hitting for power, but he's not stinking.
He's not good. He's not good. He's over. That's one of the worst contracts in baseball history.
It really was. It really
Terrible.
was.
He's not good. They're going to stink again. They don't have the pitching outside of Ohtani. They're not going to be good. It's going to be the same old dance. Ohtani's going to want to leave. That's Houston. Houston's going to win that division. But Texas looks good.
Yeah, they do. Now you got nationally. You get the Mets are in second over Atlanta.
The Braves are the best team.
The Braves are the best team in baseball. I think.
Oh, 100%. Their lineup is ridiculous, and their pitching. That guy Strider is an absolute stud.
With that mustache,
He's going to win.
He looks like Ted Lasso with the mustache.
Yeah, he does. He's a stud. And Max Fried's awesome. Their rotation's good. Their lineup is ridiculous. Acuna's having a monster start to the season. If he stays healthy, he could win the MVP. They're good. They're dangerous.
Okay, I think the Mets could finish second or third. I think they
they're
could finish second.
They're gonna finish second. Who's
I
gonna
mean,
finish
well,
third?
the Phillies, they lost a lot of guys that got hurt.
Yeah, they lost Hoskins for the year. Bryce Harper comes back next month, but can't play the field. I don't know.
You know, I mean, they could turn it around. They turned it around last year. They were even worse in June.
They could.
So,
But I think the Mets finished second.
but here's the weird one. How about the Central? The Pirates are in first, Milwaukee, and then Chicago. St. Louis is in last.
Yeah, that one's up for grabs, but I don't think the Pirates can maintain.
I would love for them to do it.
I don't think they can maintain.
I would love for them to do it. They don't have their shortstop.
They They beat the crap out of the Dodgers again today.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think they swept the Dodgers.
And their shortstop's been out. O'Neal, the young kid, he's been out.
He's out for the year. He broke his ankle, I think. No,
Oh shoot, the whole year.
I think.
That's
Or
a
however
shame.
long a broken ankle takes to come back.
That's a shame. That kid, he had a lot of talent.
He's good. I think. Wait, hold on. I think they won. Yeah, they beat the Dodgers 6-2 today. The Pirates.
Look at them. And they kept the guy out from the Yankees now, Reynolds.
Yeah, they signed him.
First time they've done that in a while.
They signed him to a deal.
So-
Yeah, that's the largest deal in I think franchise history. They say.
Yeah. I criticize baseball because those teams can't compete, but
They can.
and longevity wise, they can do it for a year or two, maybe 3, and then they fall back because they can't afford to play the players, to pay the players.
I don't think that's true. I think they can.
That's
calling
my
you now?
Now it's Annabelle. This is insane. They know I'm doing a podcast.
They know you're doing a podcast.
And then you got Arizona beating the Dodgers.
Arizona!
Arizona's interesting because they always could be good, but then they're not.
Arizona's not good enough. Although they might have the Cy Young Award winner. Zach Allen's a stud. That guy's a stud.
Yeah, and their hitters are hitting this year.
Yeah, but it's 30. It's 30 games.
San Diego should win that division. That's my opinion.
What about the Dodgers?
I don't think they should. I don't think they're good enough.
It's going to be San Diego or the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm. So that's sad. I got in baseball. I don't unless you have anything else in baseball.
No.
I want to bring up a couple other sports though because I'm really into this stuff. Like I said before, I like both the Knicks and the Nets. Right, the Knicks.
So ridiculous.
I made this comment that the Knicks were doing it the right way, building through the draft, and they bring in Jalen Brunson.
Listen,
they make a
wait,
trade
hold
for
on.
Josh
I need to time out. I believe it's possible to like two different teams, but if you are a competitive person and if you've ever played sports in your life, which I think you do because you play softball every week, there is always one team that you are. This nonsense of I'm equally a fan of both teams is the biggest bunch of bullshit I've ever heard in my life.
I am older than you, John.
That doesn't make a difference.
So when I started watching sports, the Nets were in the ABA and the Knicks were in the NBA.
Great, but
they
now
were two different things.
They're in the NBA now.
So I'm not going to stop liking a team because they joined the NBA.
But you like both the Giants and the Jets the same too, according.
Well, they were in the AFL and the NFL.
It doesn't matter. You have every excuse under the sun, but that's not a common thing to be like, I like them both equally.
I do.
That's what people that don't watch sports say. That's what
You watch me
Angelica
watching
doesn't
them.
watch sports. She would probably say something along the
You
lines
watch
of,
me watching them.
but she knows better because of me. She'd be like, "Oh, I like both the New York teams." I'm not saying you don't watch them. There is and I'm not saying you can't like both teams. I'm saying there's a bias and a preference and a fandom towards one team more than the other.
Yeah, I don't have one.
That's bullshit. You play sports. You are competitive. You watch sports. You're a fan of other sporting teams and other sports. That's nonsense. That's nonsense.
It really isn't.
It's
I mean,
nonsense.
I gave you my reasonings. I've liked.
So why don't you like the Islanders and the Rangers?
Became because I don't like the Rangers.
Why?
I used to be a Ranger fan. And
Wait,
then,
so you flip flopped?
well, John, you know the story.
Is crazy.
There was a kid that was bigger than me when I was young,
was a kid.
and we had the team we had teams on the block, and I wanted to be the Rangers, and he was bigger than me, so he said, "I'm the Rangers. You could be the Islanders," and I was like, "Who's the Islanders?" 1972, the first year. So now, what do you do as a kid? You try to emulate the players that you want to.
So some
right?
bully on your block told you what team you had to be a fan of, and you listened.
And then I started watching them. And 1972, Andre Saint Laurent, they had Burt Marshall. They weren't very good.
So why don't you like both teams though?
I became a despised because Ranger fans. I couldn't stand the Ranger fans. Once I became an Islander fan, they became assholes.
So that's why you don't like the Yankees either, right? Because you hate the Yankee fans, right?
I never liked the Yankees though.
Why? But why in the other sports? Why in hockey and baseball you don't like both teams, but in basketball and football you like both teams?
Well, Ranger fans are typically Yankee fans. Typically, those are the same fans.
Okay, and they're typically Giant fans.
True,
Yes.
true. But
And they're typically Knicks fans.
They're-
Knicks,
they're
Giants,
not
Yankees.
the Giant fans aren't as asshole-ish as the Ranger fans and the Yankee fans. You know, not you included. But
So you're saying that the Knicks fans aren't asshole-ish enough for you to not like them? And that's why you like the Knicks?
no, but I always like the Knicks. So I'm not gonna not like the
This
team.
is crazy.
Listen, I'm walking in the Staten Island Mall with my son, little kid Thomas, like 4 years old, holding his hand. I got an Islander jersey on, and a guy, 2 or 3 guys are walking in the mall, and they go, "Islanders suck." Like, is there a reason for that when I'm with my baby? No,
What is
because
it?
they're morons.
Yeah,
all right,
but-
I went to.
There's more fans for every team.
I went to a Ranger game against the Kings to watch the game, and a guy was wearing a Kings outfit, starts walking down, waving like this to the crowd. They beat him up.
But
right?
you don't think that
They
happens
beat 'em up.
with other teams?
Not like the Rangers, no.
Oh,
that blue
stop
section,
it.
those people, they got to see where they got to go. Those people are
it.
crazy.
So if the Knicks and the Nets played each other in the conference championship, it's all good. Why even watch it? Oh, it's all good. Whoever wins. That's very liberal of you.
No, here's the
very
deal.
liberal of you, which I'm
There-
very shocked.
and you're gonna find this interesting, but it depends on the team. When they play in each other, it depends on the attitude of the teams. Because I like sometimes I like the
this
Knicks
is
better,
insane.
and sometimes I like the Nets better.
Sometimes I like the Knicks better.
Right?
Okay, so then I have a question. What right now out of the Knicks and Nets?
Well, the Nets
do you-
are out.
Well, the Nets are out.
All right, but I'm just saying, do you
Well-
have a favorite player? Like out of all the players on both teams, do you have a single favorite player?
Well, the Nets got rid of all their good players, and they trade.
He loves not answering questions.
No. So there's a new team. So I like Mikal Bridges on that team, but I like
He's bandwagon. The Knicks are better, so he's gonna like the Knicks better. Right
no,
now.
because I've been saying this for a while. I like the way they were building their team. I don't like people like the Yankees, right? The Nets were doing the same thing. They were going out and getting superstars at every position. I don't like that. So I had a problem with what they were doing.
Stink.
No, the Knicks don't stink now, do they?
No,
They built
but they
their
stunk
team-
for 20 years,
And they built their team the way I want to build a team.
What? And how is that?
Through the draft, through strategic free agents, not just going out
What
and
did he
getting
just say? Cheez-Its?
Yeah, but he
Strategic.
meant strategic.
He said Cheez-Its like the snack, right? Through Cheez-It.
That's how I like to
agents.
build a team. So, and I said this, if you go back and look at my Instagram lives, you'll see I said the Knicks are on a better road when the... Are you kidding me? Who's calling me now? No, another guy? This is insane. 4 different people.
He
So-
staged this.
so-
He staged this.
So, to me, I like the way the Knicks are building their team. That's my opinion. And I think they're going to get better. They have a good shot at beating the Heat.
Yeah, I mean, the Heat beating the Bucks is
Yeah, big.
huge for them. Now they got home court advantage. It all depends on Randall. If Randall, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he's definitely a main contributor to the team. I think they can beat the Heat without Randall, but they won't be able to do anything else without
No,
Randall.
I hopefully it's a short-term thing for him, a couple of games, because hurting your ankle again is going to take you at least a week.
The reason why they're doing this well is
Mitchell Robinson.
and Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson.
Mitchell Robinson, one of the guys that I liked when they drafted him, but he kept getting hurt. He would get in foul trouble.
It's Jalen Brunson. It's not Mitchell Robinson. Jalen Brunson.
Did you see the game last night?
Yes.
That was Mitchell Robinson.
Yes. But I'm talking about it as a whole picture. It is Jalen Brunson. He is a stud. He is a superstar. He's not going to be as gaudy and flashy as these other guys that they consider superstar in the leagues and the Devin Bookers and all these other people, but he is a superstar. He's a baller. He's a player. He's a
I love
baller.
him.
He's a leader. He's a point guard. He's everything the Knicks needed. Everyone was upset that they didn't get Donovan Mitchell. He just whooped Donovan Mitchell's ass.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Donovan Mitchell's got that superstar quality. He could put up 50, 60, but he didn't do anything when his
defense
team
was insane last
when the
night.
Cavs needed him, he didn't do anything. Jalen Brunson is the guy. Stud. He's the best player the Knicks had probably since Carmelo Anthony, but
Again,
Carmelo Anthony.
I've always been a fan of Mitchell Robinson. That guy was, what did he get, like 18 rebounds last night? It was like
15
insane.
offensive rebounds.
It was insane. And tipping balls away to other teammates. There was a time when they kept missing the shot. By the way, they didn't shoot well in the second half.
Yeah.
But they kept getting rebounds and taking more time off the clock.
Obviously, you need a good team to win, so you need other good players. But like the heart and soul, it's Jalen Brunson, the heart and soul, and that trade they made for the guy Josh Hart.
Was great.
That guy's awesome too.
Was great.
That guy's awesome too.
And that's how you build a team.
Villanova
you
boys,
you
they're
build
winners.
to the draft, and then you strategically
Cheesedly.
bring in a free agent and make good trades. These guys are doing a great job. People made fun of Leon Rose that he was an agent, but you know what? He's doing a good job.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I don't want to give them all the glory yet because
They can lose to the Heat.
yeah, they could easily lose to the Heat, and then it's just like, all right, well, were you really even good? No, probably not. So it's just like, still the verdict's still out. I don't want to say Leon Rose is a genius and give them all this credit, but this is the best team that they've had in a very long time. This is the first time in the second round of the playoffs, and I think in 15 years?
Might even be longer than that. It might be longer than that, but
It's a long time.
it's a very long time. I mean, I think it was Carmelo Anthony's team.
Yeah, when they lost to the Pacers and Hibbert.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
crazy.
I know you probably don't watch a lot of hockey, but hockey's my favorite sport.
I watched the Rangers games. That's it.
The hockey's my number one sport of all time. Okay.
I don't believe that either, but go ahead. I think you lie about a ton of stuff, but go ahead.
Why would I lie about that?
Because you're just that guy.
I spent $400 to go see the Islanders play not that long ago.
What does that mean?
I wouldn't spend that money to go watch another team. I mean,
I believe that you like I believe you like the Islanders, but I don't think hockey is your number one sport all the time. We've had this debate. Let's not even go there. But
you can see I'm outside shooting pucks. I love the game of hockey. It's physical. It's what football used to be with the physicality. And there's skill. These guys, hand-eye coordination, I've never seen this in my life. There was a goal scored the other day by Brock Nelson. A shot from the point, hit the kid, Sebastian Aho, in the face. And as it's falling down, he went, boom, and smacked it in the net.
yeah,
It's insane.
they're athletic.
I can't understand how they do that.
The Islanders don't have a good enough team to come back from this.
So
Let's
get
be
that.
real.
I get that. It really depends. They could.
I mean,
They
yeah,
really
obviously,
could.
you
I
always
mean,
could.
they are pretty equal with this team.
I think hockey's the easiest sport to come back from a deficit.
So they're very equal with the Carolina team. I will tell you, but at the games they lost with 2-1, right? They lost the next one in overtime. So they're very equal. Both of them won blowout games too, right?
The Rangers whooped this same Carolina team's ass last year in the playoffs.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's see if they get past the Devils.
Yeah, the Rangers.
Right?
But they
The
got
Devils are a good team too.
That kid Jack Hughes is
It's great.
ridiculous.
It's great. It's taken him a couple of years, but he's great.
He's good.
But the Islanders did all. I mean, I watched the power play in Carolina is insane. The way they crisscross across the whole thing. They've got the Islanders spinning around. They cannot take
Is the game
stupid
tonight?
penalties. Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's why I'm not going
I
to see
think the Rangers
Mario.
play tonight. Yeah.
To me, I'm not going to go watch Mario Brothers over this.
Who said anything about Mario Brothers?
They were talking about going to the movies tomorrow night and watch Mario Brothers.
I thought that was Wednesday night.
No, it's Friday, right?
Oh.
And
All right, let's get into
out.
this game.
All right, let's play the game. I know you don't like
Okay.
football.
Football. Yeah, I don't.
Draft
follow
is
the
tonight.
draft.
You don't want to talk about the
Yeah,
draft.
Yeah, I
I
don't
figured
care
I'd
about it.
stay on brand. So the questions are just MLB, NHL, and NBA.
So what is it, like a multiple choice? It's the first to answer?
It's the first to answer.
I have a lack of sleep, so I might not do as well.
Oh,
in this
look at
game.
him. He's prepping
And they're
himself.
all mixed. Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, let's see.
Are you going like, are these like old questions?
No.
okay.
I'm
I
confused.
like
I'm
feel like I did
confused.
a good mix.
But I'm
go.
confused, and I'm appreciating that you're doing this. I'm a little confused though. Why was it okay for her to make trivia questions up, but the trivia game we have was no good?
I didn't want to do. I didn't. What do you mean? I didn't want her to make up trivia questions.
Oh, okay.
I didn't. I wanted to do no
Okay.
game.
All right, let's go.
What is the circumference of a baseball in inches?
No idea.
Okay,
Ridiculous
guess.
question.
I know. I just figured I'd start.
No, it's actually a
general.
good question because we talked about the Japanese pitcher saying that the balls
Yep,
are different
and
size.
that's why I
So it's
added
a really
it,
good
yeah.
question. I just don't know the answer.
8? I don't know.
Okay, and what's your guess?
I'll go with 7.
Okay, it was 9. So John.
Oh
gets
shit!
it.
I almost said it. I was gonna say
I was
9.
pretty close. Oh shit.
I was gonna say 9. I went with 7.
Yeah, that was just a wild.
But nobody
guess.
got that right, by the way.
No, it's
I was
whoever's
closest.
closest. Because there's another question that's like that, and
Oh,
it's
come
whoever's
on.
closest without going over.
That's bad. That's bad.
Who is the current NHL commissioner?
I have no idea. You should know this, Mr. Hockey Guy.
All right, get
NHL?
just even the
NHL?
yeah.
Oh, is it Gary Bettman?
Yep.
You
Yeah.
better
All
know
right.
that. I don't follow hockey like
I
that.
I thought she said NFL. That's why I wasn't
Okay.
sure.
Oh, that's Roger Goodell.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Who has
Thank
the
you.
most career RBIs in MLB history? Career RBIs.
Like in one season?
Who has the most career
In
RBIs in MLB history?
So it can't be one season. That's Hank Wilson. But in overall,
Is it Hank Aaron?
no.
Hank Aaron.
Is it?
Yep.
All right. Good job there, John. I wasn't thinking him. I know he had.
He's the most home runs of
Well,
all time.
he doesn't anymore, but he did.
Well, he did.
Okay, who is the owner of the Houston Astros?
Fuck that team.
Wow, I'm stumping you guys.
Is it McLean?
What?
McLean?
No.
McLean or something like
I
that?
don't even
No.
care. Even if I know the answer, I wouldn't
What's his
say
name?
it. Fuck that team.
Jim Crane.
See, I was
Oh,
close.
I did know that actually.
So, see how close I was with that?
Yes.
Do I get a point for that?
no,
No.
What? He didn't get it right either. I didn't get a point.
I didn't get a point.
No, he didn't get the point.
Oh, the number one is closest.
The Celtics won the NBA championship for the 2007-08 season. Who did they defeat?
The Lakers.
Yes. Wow, good one, John.
This is easy.
What pitcher holds the Mets records for the most strikeouts
Dwight Gooden.
in his MLB debut?
Dwight Gooden.
Nope.
Oh, MLB debut.
Debut, huh?
Matt Harvey.
Yes, John.
Well, you didn't give
Wow,
me a chance to answer.
Because I'm not supposed to. It's supposed to be the first
Well,
one to answer.
you answered wrong first. I thought you were out. I didn't know the rules of this.
What do you mean? You said a bunch of names before for the owners. Stop
No,
it.
because she asked for clarification.
Yeah.
No,
No.
you can give multiple answers.
All right, so I didn't know that. And after he gave his answer and it was wrong, I thought I'd get a chance to say it.
Gotcha.
Get out of here.
All right, so I'll give you the crane one because
Give him
you
the
were
crank.
close.
This is a bloodbath right now.
Right now, I'm getting killed. Told you I had no sleep.
Yeah, no sleep.
What NBA team drafted Brandon Roy in 2006?
Portland Trailblazers.
No.
Washington, whatever the hell their names are.
Seattle
No.
Sonics.
Nope.
Seattle's not even a team anymore.
They were.
What NBA team drafted Brandon Roy in 2006?
2006. You said
I
Portland?
said Portland Trailblazers.
I thought that's who it was.
That's what I thought it was too.
Brandon Roy. No, I think we don't know that one.
Yeah,
Minnesota Timberwolves.
Really?
I thought he was on the. He's known for being on like the Trailblazers. I guess I don't know.
Who has the most walk-off home runs among second basemen in the expansion era? So since 1961 and sooner.
Brian
So it's
Sandberg.
not old. No.
This is a ridiculous question. Walk off home runs.
Who has the most walk-off home runs?
Jeff Kent.
No. Runs among second basemen in the expansion era. So since that just means since 1961.
I have no idea.
She's killing us.
Robinson Cano. I don't know.
You give up?
Yeah, I think because too long. Yeah,
Lou Whitaker.
Oh, no shit.
I would never have guessed.
Never.
That.
guessed
7
him.
walk-off HRs. Yeah, the Tigers.
Lou Whitaker.
I would
Whitaker.
never.
He was
have
very
guessed
good.
that.
I just didn't think he was that many.
But why would you know that?
What NBA team drafted Kobe Bryant?
The
Oh,
Lakers.
the Lakers.
Nope.
Oh,
Minnesota.
the Hornets.
Yes.
The Hornets. I did know
Hornets?
that. Yeah, the Charlotte Hornets drafted Kobe.
Yep.
They
I knew
traded him?
that. Yeah, I knew that.
Wow.
And he was like 13th or something, right? I don't have it here, but I
All
remember
right, it's a
reading
little embarrassing right now.
Yeah, you're getting blown out.
it. Okay, so now without going over, what is the capacity of Fenway Park?
40,000.
38,000.
I'm going to give it to Uncle Phil. He went over, but he was really close. It's 37,731. So, I mean, he got it.
Fuck that stadium.
In what year was the first World Series played?
1909.
I'm going to go earlier than that, 1904.
All right, Uncle Phil got it again, even though we went over 1903. Okay, there's
catching
just
up
4
now.
more. What NHL player has won the most regular season MVP awards?
Wayne Gretzky.
Yep, you
I
got it.
Yeah, I knew that. I actually knew that, but I just shouted
Oh
out.
shit! I think you guys might be tied or something.
No, he's cheating.
Who has the most MLB World Series championships and how many?
Oh, come on, you know that. It's got to be the Yankees. How many did they win?
The Yankees,
28,
but who-
27?
It's a player?
No,
No.
who had?
27 Yankees.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that question.
Who has
come on.
won
Time
the
out.
most? Who?
Hey, you've been
The
trying
New
to-
York Yankees. That's who.
I tried to give him a chance to answer.
Yeah.
too. I'm like, come on, it's your team.
Holy
Wait,
shit! All right, so we got to take away Uncle Phil's crane, Jim
come
Crane.
on.
But wait, time out.
I said McCrane.
Why? I
That-
can't. But that's so embarrassing, John.
I even said Jim, by
I
the
said,
way.
but wait.
I promise I won't
This
tell
is-
anyone
this is-
that happened.
No,
I
this
won't,
is-
I'm not going to tell anybody.
This is all recorded.
No, don't worry. I won't tell anyone. You don't have to worry about it.
That was bullshit. But yeah, continue.
Wait, hold on.
You-
I
I
said
asked.
Jim-
I said, are you asking a player? And,
no,
and then Uncle Phil
who?
just
The
said,
New York Yankees. That's who. How else would I phrase that question?
It was very clear to me.
Who has the most home runs in baseball history? Like that could be a team or it could be a player. Like what do you mean?
I didn't. Who said? Wait, that's not what the question was. It was
He's being a
who
little
has
salty
the most
right now.
MLB World Series championships?
Okay, I didn't know if you were
so
asking
wait.
a
And how
player.
many?
By the way, I said Jim McCrane. I was very close.
No,
I don't know
you
how.
didn't
No,
get
you
that.
didn't say Jim. You just were saying McCrane.
I thought you were
McCrane.
asking what player has the most World Series championships.
All right, whatever. Uncle Phil got it.
I
He
think
said
if-
New York
if
Yankees,
we
and then
go
he said
back-
27.
If we go back and listen, and I say Jim, I get the point again.
Okay,
No.
fine, deal.
You didn't say.
But I
Jim.
think you're beating him anyway. All right. Who won the Stanley Cup in 2022?
So that's last year.
Yeah.
The Colorado Avalanche.
Yes. Holy
Comeback.
comeback king.
The Yankee one. was
Last question's a Yankee question, John. This will be really embarrassing if you
I'll
don't
let you
get
get
it.
this one, John. I'll let you get this one. Go ahead.
No, but you can't say that because then if you
All
don't
right.
get
All
it.
right.
Okay. Aaron Judge has homered on his birthday twice. Who is the active leader in birthday homers? So I guess it's not a Yankee question.
Oh, this is a ridiculous question.
Who is the active leader in birthday homers?
The active leader? Like I have no idea.
Hank Aaron.
No.
No, he's not active. He's
Oh,
old.
active.
I'll give you the info on it without giving you the name. He got 5 home runs on his birthday. The last
But
being,
he's playing today. He's still playing.
I mean, it says August 7th. I don't know what that means.
No. Is he active playing or retired?
I don't know.
So it's
I
not
don't know
Alex
who it is.
Rodriguez?
No.
Active. It's not Aaron Judge.
No, he did it twice. I gave you guys each one more guess.
I mean, that's a ridiculously hard question.
The first names, the first initial of his first name starts with an M.
Mickey Mantle.
No. You get one more guess and that's it.
So his first name starts with an M.
Mm-hmm.
Manny Machado.
No, Mike Trout.
I was just gonna say Mike Trout because
Trout.
there was the only one left in my head. I was like, it had to be Mike Trout.
That was
Okay,
a-
so John got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
How many questions were there?
16. 1,
random
2,
number.
3, 4, 5, 6. Uncle Phil beat you by 1.
Thank you.
I don't
Thank
know
you.
about that.
Yeah.
Very
And
nice.
that's not counting Jim Crane.
I know, but the Yankee one was very.
no.
All right, so So what? It was
I think we deserve a sudden death question.
No, I don't think
because
so
the
at all.
Yankee one was
Anyway,
I was
tonight's the
completely not on
NFL draft.
No. Do sudden death question.
I'm not
Sudden
doing
death.
it anymore.
Sudden death.
I won the game. There's no sudden death. That is
bullshit.
it. Thank you very much. I hope everybody enjoyed the show.
That's bullshit. This podcast sucks.